I don't want you to see the sweat marks.
Oh, I thought you were just trying to represent.
I already started
Oh, yeah, I thought
recording.
you were repping.
It's already
You already started recording?
Yeah.
Okay, then edit it out. Ready? 3.
God, bro.
All right, ready? Come on. He's gonna edit it out. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Come on, let's start.
I mean, regarding engineering and business at A&M, I personally do think it's relatively similar, but very different in their own perspective ways. I mean, the process of like getting into an engineering major in the College of Engineering at A&M is relatively different from all the universities in Texas. I mean, like, what do y'all guys think? It's called the Entry to a Major program, which in my opinion is it's a pretty big waste of time, but it's useful at the same time. But the process is, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want me to run down the ETAM process, ETAMing is pretty much, we have to go into Texas A&M and we just do general studies, kind of like something they call general engineering. And then once we complete, either 2 semesters if you start in Cal, or we do 3 semesters if you started in pre-Cal, you can then apply to whichever major is your choice, But I think, honestly, I think it's a waste of time, dude. Like, I don't know what else y'all think about it, Pranav.
Well, I mean, I think it's good simply because it gives you an opportunity to experiment or see different areas within the college, if you know what I mean, since y'all are required to take like a physics class or like a chemistry class and different maths, whatever. So like gives you it allows you to dip into different parts. So that way you're seeing like, yo, after taking a chemistry class, do I really want to take chemical engineering still? Or after do I want to do this? And if you know what I mean. So I feel like, and it's the same way in business as well, because they're required to take a lot of core classes, but the core classes, they're classes that give you an insight on every major within business. And so it's relatively the same way, but I think it's a good system because it allows you to, it lets you know if what you're doing or what you want to do is what you really want to do.
Well, here, the big con, I think, of the whole ETAMing process is, like with dudes that aren't as smart, like me, who started out in pre-cal, unless we take 15 hours for the rest of our academic or undergraduate career, we aren't graduating in 4 years. I ain't graduating in 4 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have to either take 15 hours to graduate in 4 years, or that's how it's going to be. I'm not going to graduate in 4 years.
Here's a big key. Here's what you need to understand. People at home, if you're watching this, if you have the opportunity to retake the math placement exam, please do it. Don't be like my man Nghi, who bombed it and had the opportunity to retake it, but said, no, it's too much work. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Honestly, it's
say though, like, I know what you're saying, Ankith. Like, it's good if you don't know what you want to do, but for the most part, everyone agrees that it's a waste of time, especially if you know what you want to do. And it just pretty much sets us behind. Like, I know a lot of people like us, like, we come in with all this AP credit and like the high school credit. We're supposed to be ahead, but just because of this 1 year off, we're still kind of behind and we're forced to take more hours. So like, I would say that it's still not that good of a system, especially if you know what you want to do. And
but y'all are like some of the few that actually know what you want to do. There's like 70,000 people, and
but hear me out,
half
right?
these kids going to school ended up changing majors like 4 or 5 times, and so like.
No, but like the issue that I have primarily with ETAM is like, okay, while it is a very like useful process, and I mean, sure, you get to learn, like they have this whole segment to one of the physics/engineering lab classes where you have to attend an informational and basically learn about all the majors. And honestly, for an engineering student that's not interested in some of those topics, like if you already know what you're doing, like Pranav said earlier, it's really, really pointless. But otherwise, I think it's a really good opportunity to like explore what's going on. But like, however, it wastes so much time. Basically, you're cramming what you could do in 4 or 5 years into 3 or 4 years. Like, you're literally losing time, and it gets a little bit out of hand. And that's probably my biggest con with engineering at A&M is this whole ETAM process. However, I can definitely void that idea with the fact that we have, I mean, like, A&M has one of the best engineering facilities I've ever seen. I mean, Zachary Engineering Complex. Can we talk about that? One of like state of the art.
I mean, before we talk about Zachary, you know, I just want to run down some stats. You know, according to U.S. News, you know, I'm not sure how accredited that whole U.S. News thing is, but it says, you know, it's not. But apparently, A&M is the number 7th ranked, you know, public engineering school. Hey, I'll tell you what though, I'd rather take my time and get, you know, an engineering degree through, you know, a pretty decent, you know, not decent, you know, above a pretty good engineering college. I'd rather take my time and get that degree than, you know, get 4 years out of a basket weaving major. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
You can talk about that. Like, engineering is definitely like top class at A&M, bro. But the main thing is that network. Like, the Aggie network is really strong. That's why most people are just supposed to go there. Like,
Aggie Ring, bro. Aggie Ring, it does it for you.
It's all about the network.
You know, like literally,
all these other schools, they don't have that.
So definitely,
you walk into that interview, they see that Aggie Ring, man. They know what it's about. They know what it's about.
I mean, it's so much. And I mean, like, even with engineering, like outside of engineering, like business is actually really good at A&M. I know Mays is highly, highly, highly underrated compared to like McCombs or like any other business school, Bauer from U of H, or like JSOM at UTD. Like, it's very underrated. And I mean, Ankith, I mean, like, what do you think? Like, you're doing finance,
better than
right?
all of them.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It is. No, I seriously think it's better than all of them. Now, I mean, I'm only in my 2nd year, but I feel like they do a better job of, well, you know, I shouldn't really say that because I don't really know much enough about the teaching or how they, how people learn in those other schools. But at the same time, I like the process at Mays a lot better. I like how they allow you to, at the beginning, well, they require you to take like all the different core classes that involve all different majors, so that you know what you're doing, and that you also know that there are other options out there that are just as good as the one that you're deciding to do. So yeah, I like it here.
You know, honestly, like, I was thinking about it, just like in general, the culture at A&M is definitely, like, I think it's pretty, like, it's not that competitive. Like, people are generally trying to help each other, like, all around, even engineering. So
Yeah.
that's like definitely something I like.
But at the same time, man, they're really, like, the kids here, they're relatively strict, man, if you know what I mean. Like,
that's true.
They will snitch. They will snitch.
Aggie honor code, man. Aggie honor code. I mean, like,
they will snitch.
Seriously. That, but like, I mean, there are some kids that are like
pretty chill, I feel.
The kids here are chill, but
few.
Yeah,
they take it very seriously. They take it extremely seriously at A&M, just for the sole fact that, I mean, like, you know, they're trying to make like state-of-the-art engineers and things. And, I mean,
which is not a bad thing, but it can be a bit tedious.
Do what you gotta do. Get the money, get the bag, get out. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, you know, goal. That's why you're there 4 years. I mean, you might as well have like get the bag and get out. Really, for real. That's for real.
All right. So for those, you know, listening, let's just quickly run down, you know, just the pros and the cons, and actually give them a good list here. So for pros, what did we say?
I mean, I definitely do think Zachary Engineering Complex. For those of you, it's a 500 and
the education system here is really good. That's a big pro. It's really good here.
And the culture itself.
Grading scale is
the
very
culture here is really good. The people here, they're really good people here. Yeah, they're good people.
Heart, downright. I mean, they're very, very outgoing. I mean, always willing to help out. Like, you know, there's an Aggie somewhere in the world that you know, and the network here it's really beautiful. People, amazing culture, amazing campus. Love the campus. It's huge, and I guess the buildings are like kind of like old. Some people have a problem with that, but personally, I think they really captivate the mood of the university. And I mean, while buildings are like that, like, I keep on coming back to it. Zachary Engineering Complex is it's literally the size of 2 planes put back to back. It's so big, and it's like 6 stories tall, and it's got touchscreen things where you can like write on it, and like, I mean, bro, it's just so big, and there's always a place for you. They have a really big Starbucks where I virtually my entire freshman year dropped my entire dining dollars on, and
Oh, yeah. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure it's so nice. Even the toilets got bidets. I'm not sure about that though. But
They are nice
Bro,
though.
stop playing, bro.
But regarding Nghi's question about cons, I definitely, once again, I rooted to the ETAM thing. I mean, that's a pro and a con. I don't know. I personally think that it's more of a, specifically for me, it was more of a con just because it was a waste of time because I knew what I was doing.
If you know what you're doing, then it's a con. If you don't, then it's a pro.
Yeah, pretty much. So I mean, that's really all we really had to say for this segment. So if y'all want more on a general topic of a college or something specific that y'all want to hear, let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe.
Drop a like, bro.